I have a lot of exciting content today to share. Ride it in the mountains and all, which I'm planning to do next month on this. But I wanted to check out some accessories in Royal Enfield. This is the touring windshield. We got the engine crash guard and the sump guard. Bike's fully open now. Decently heavy. The knocking has decreased considerably and I can ride between 2 to 3000 RPM in the fourth gear after spending roughly 40,000 rupees. Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are and when you're watching this, welcome to a new vlog. Welcome to a jam-packed Hyderabad. Nice and hot, 39 degrees. But after the last track day in Chennai, where the temperatures were around the same 39 degrees but felt like 46 something because of the humidity, Hyderabad feels extremely fine. Although a lot of dry air, you can get dehydrated and have sunstroke effects if you're not properly hydrated. So make sure you drink a lot of water this summer. We have a lot of exciting content today to share, and by the title or the thumbnail, because I haven't still edited this video, I don't know what it's going to be, but most probably it'll be about the modifications and the accessories on the Himalayan 450. We had quite a few people using Zana crash guards. We had quite a few people removing some weight on this. For me, this is a 50-50 bike. 50% of the time I would use it to maybe ride it in the mountains and all, which I'm planning to do next month on this. Just figuring out the logistics of that, because there are quite a few rides that I'm planning. Budget thoda kam hai, so I have to just watch out for that. For me, it's all about the basic accessories, like I need handguards. I'm not sure about a taller windscreen because, frankly speaking, the places are where I ride this, the mountains, I don't need a taller windscreen. It's only highways where you would hit 120, 130. That would be a very minimum amount of time on this bike, because I'm not going to ride this from, let's say, Hyderabad to Chandigarh by road. It will most probably, I'll ship this once a year, ride it for 2-3 months in the mountains, come back, maybe do some off-roading skills and drills here, trails maybe. That's the plan. In that regard, I'm going to keep some of the existing weight of this bike, like these crash guards and the tail tidy. Ideally, I wanted an SW Motec top rack and a pannier frame so that I can mount my existing setup, which I had on the Ducati, if you remember. SW Motec doesn't make any protection for Himalayan yet. I spoke to them. They said it's in the making. So I'll just wait out for that. Till that, soft bike Zindabad. But I wanted to check out some accessories in Royal Enfield, and when I spoke to them, they said some of them have arrived. Crash guards is something that I wanted to see for sure. Maybe mirrors, because these can easily break during a fall. Also, I wanted to fit the number plate because it's been almost 2 months since I registered and no one called me about the number plates. I had to call, and since I'm planning to travel outside the state, I thought it's better to get the number plate done. So yeah, let's go check out some accessories and make this bike legal for outside the state rides. We're getting this Raleigh bash plate because safety, better than the plastic one that comes in stock. Also, you get these engine guards with the bash plate for 10,000. There's an alternate one which comes for half the price, doesn't include the bash plate. But the problem with this is, let me show you, it kind of sticks out and I'm not a fan of that. Whereas this might come somewhat like this, so it would still protect the engine cover while being minimal. And this is the touring windshield, which is slightly taller but not too tall, so I think this is good enough, but it's plain color. Just keep that in mind.
3 hours later.
Got the Himalayan back, and if you're thinking where are the changes, they're not so obviously visible. If you look closely, we got the engine crash guard. You see, it protrudes very little to the out, still does the protection of the casings, the clutch cover and the engine cover, and the sump guard. Much better than the semi-plastic one that we get. Previously, this used to be aluminum till here and then plastic. I wanted these crash guards and it was coming with the sump guard included in it. So got it for like 9,000 change. But I like the way this looks. Does the job. On the other side, that's how it looks. Also got these touring mirrors. If you're wondering What's the point of getting something which still looks similar as a stock? You see here the bolt, this has one extra connection, and the gut feeling is during impact, if something hits the mirror, this would move and not break. That's the idea at least. You get double take mirrors, but they're expensive. These costed roughly 4,500 or something. Only problem is I think the technician tightened this to the max. I have to see if I can adjust it slightly so that this doesn't break, which is the reason I got them. But at the same time, it shouldn't be too loose so that it keeps falling. I can't demo how this would work, but just hoping an extra connection here helps avoid breaking mirrors in case of a fall. Need to still get the Barkbuster handguards and also planning a fuel X because I heard good reviews about it. Baki sab, it's the same bike here. Also, now that we have the number plates fitted, we can remove the sari guard. After hearing a lot of feedback about these, trying the Fuel X Pro Plus on the Himalayan, bike's fully open now. It's a plug and play, so shouldn't void the warranty as such. Apparently the low end performance on this gets better with Fuel X. And if you ever wondered how the fuel tank looks for the Himalayan, that's the one. Decently heavy.
2 hours later.
Done here at Bike and Biker. As you can see, got a GPS mount, the Barkbusters and the Fuel X. I'll do a detailed review of the Fuel X later, but let me quickly show you how that works. So currently it's at a setting of 6. There are 9 levels. 3 is what the Himalayan OEM setting is more closer to. This is basically adjusting the fuel to air mixture. So if you want rich fuel or less fuel, you can adjust it on the fly. I wanted this on the RC390 for my track rides, but heard some good reviews about this from Sagar and online reviews too, and in that regard wanted to give it a try. Slightly on the expensive side, and the interface is not easy. Like if I have to, it's at level 6 now. If I have to decrease now, you see that green color blinking, that's showing it's at 5 blinks bole to the level is 5, and then you get a solid green saying the settings saved. I'll show you the difference if I put it in 3 blinks. The biggest problem with using this on the fly is you have to look at this, and that kind of is not safe on the road. The biggest change that I noticed is, you see the knocking? I have to maintain the RPM above 3000 for it to work well. But when I switch the mode to, let's say, 6, okay, the setting saved, the knocking has decreased considerably, and I can ride between 2 to 3000 RPM in the 4th gear. I think you can maintain 1 gear higher or less gear shifts in traffic if you use Fuel X at level 6. I mean, it has 9 levels, right? I don't think you need level 9 in the city, but let's say you're going to mountains like Leh Ladakh and all, level 9 would help because the air there is thinner. But in terms of just the city riding conditions, the biggest problem I had with this is it's not tractable like it used to knock a lot under 2000 RPM. I think this is a good purchase for people who would like to use the Himalayan a lot in the city or in the mountains. I'm not noticing like superb change in performance because I mean I'm in the city, didn't get to test it much, but so far I think this is a good purchase. What else? Yeah, you can see, right, Barkbusters. These are Tiger 660 Barkbusters. Himalayan Barkbusters are still not available, so apparently these Tiger Barkbusters fit well. They are still a bit too close for the master cylinder and the clutch lever, but it's not hitting or touching them. Just need to adjust it and play with it a bit so that in case of a fall, the stock OEM equipment doesn't get damaged. And I like these Royal Enfield touring mirrors. I think these are pretty nice. We'll only get to know when we have a drop or a fall, hopefully in a safer place, like when we do these trails and adventures. I'm planning to do some, but Big Rock here in Hyderabad is filled up, so till mid I'm not gonna get a chance to do some training, off-road training drills and all. But in May we are riding. Not sure if it's on this bike or the Ducati. I'm in still 2 miles whether to ride all the way Ducati all the way from here to Ladakh and Spiti and Kashmir. A lot of places in mind. I'm not gonna ship my Ducati after what happened last year. If you've been following me on Instagram, you know that Eagle Ride transporters who did the transport last time broke my mirror. They were not communicating properly in terms of where the bike is or how it's packed or unpacked, even despite my repeated instructions. And this is the second such bad experience I have with shipping. Luckily on the Ducati it's very minor, not like what Strujan had on his Africa Twin. So since then decided either I'll ship smaller capacity bikes where I don't need to worry about repair bills too much, or I ride the big capacity ones. Even because the cost is maybe 5,000 difference here when you do the math. Typically these transports to Chandigarh or so would cost around 40,000, 50,000, and then add flight costs, they would come out to be almost 75,000. At that cost I can ride and maybe potentially save if I stay in slightly budget places. After spending roughly 40,000 rupees, got the some guard with the crash guards, the mirrors, the barkbusters, the fuel X, nothing here, removed the sari guard. Baki sab, it's a stock bike. Can't wait to ride this up in the mountains. Chalo, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section. In case you're watching this night time, have a good night and take care. Bye bye.